Did you know that 76% of Americans never reach their 85th birthday? And the primary reason isn't genetics or bad luck, but 5 specific habits that most people develop after age 60. These aren't obvious dangers like smoking or excessive drinking, but seemingly harmless daily routines that gradually steal years from your life without any warning signs. In the next 18 minutes, I'll expose these 5 deadly habits that are quietly shortening millions of lives and give you the exact steps to eliminate each one starting today. The most shocking part is that habit number 3 alone reduces life expectancy by 12 years. Yet it's considered completely normal by 94% of seniors and even encouraged by some family members who think they're helping you stay comfortable. 3 years ago, I met Thomas, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Michigan who was doing all 5 of these deadly habits without knowing it. His doctor told him he was aging normally and had maybe 5 to 7 good years left based on his declining health markers. Today, at 75, Thomas has more energy than men 20 years younger, his blood work is perfect, and his doctor says he's on track to live well past 90. The difference was that he eliminated these 5 habits one by one, following the same scientific protocols I'm about to share with you. Deadly habit 1, sitting more than 8 hours daily without movement breaks. Are you sitting for 8 or more hours each day thinking it's harmless because you're not smoking or drinking? This seemingly innocent habit is actually one of the most dangerous things you can do to your body after age 60. And most seniors have no idea they're slowly killing themselves with their daily routine. Mayo Clinic's comprehensive study, published in the Annals of Internal Medicine, followed 54,000 adults for 4 years and found that prolonged sitting increases the risk of early death by 71%, regardless of how much you exercise during other parts of the day. Dr. James Levine, who led the research, discovered that sitting for extended periods triggers a cascade of metabolic changes that dramatically accelerate aging and disease development in ways that cannot be reversed by occasional exercise. The study revealed that when you sit for more than 1 hour without moving, your body begins shutting down critical systems that keep you healthy and alive. Your blood circulation slows dramatically, allowing dangerous clots to form in your legs and lungs that can travel to your heart or brain and cause instant death. Your insulin sensitivity drops by 40% within just 2 hours of continuous sitting, pushing your blood sugar to diabetic levels even if you don't have diabetes, which damages your blood vessels, kidneys, and nervous system. Most alarming, your body stops producing lipoprotein lipase, an enzyme essential for breaking down fats in your bloodstream, causing dangerous accumulation of triglycerides that directly damage your heart and brain while increasing your risk of stroke by 67%. The research also found that prolonged sitting triggers chronic inflammation throughout your body, releasing the same toxic chemicals associated with serious infections. This inflammation attacks your joints, muscles, and organs, accelerating arthritis, weakening your immune system, and making you vulnerable to infections that younger people easily fight off. Your lymphatic system, which removes toxins from your body, relies entirely on muscle movement to function properly. When you sit for hours, toxins accumulate in your tissues, creating a poisonous environment that promotes cancer growth and accelerates cellular aging. Carl from Arizona used to sit in his recliner for 12 hours daily, watching television and reading, thinking he was living a peaceful retirement. When his doctor explained that his circulation problems, constant fatigue, and swollen legs were directly caused by excessive sitting, Carl started setting an hourly alarm to stand and walk around his house for just 2 minutes. Within 3 weeks, his leg swelling disappeared, his energy levels doubled, and his blood pressure dropped to normal ranges without any changes to his diet or other habits. The solution is surprisingly simple, but requires consistent implementation throughout every single day of your life. Set hourly movement alarms on your phone or watch, and stand for at least 2 minutes every hour between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., treating these breaks as seriously as you would taking prescribed medicine. During these breaks, walk around your house, do simple stretches, march in place while watching television, or perform light calisthenics that get your blood flowing and muscles contracting. The key is interrupting prolonged sitting before your body enters the dangerous metabolic shutdown phase that begins after just 60 minutes of continuous sitting. Start setting hourly movement reminders right now because your circulation, metabolism, and survival depend on it. Deadly habit 2. Dismissing new symptoms as just normal aging. Do you automatically assume new aches, pains, or changes in your body are just part of getting older? This dangerous mindset delays critical medical care and turns treatable conditions into life-threatening emergencies that could have been easily prevented with prompt attention. Johns Hopkins research, published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, found that seniors who dismiss new symptoms as normal aging delay seeking treatment by an average of 18 months compared to younger adults with identical symptoms. Dr. Linda Terry, the lead researcher, discovered that this delay directly causes 340,000 preventable deaths annually among Americans over 65, making it one of the leading causes of premature death in seniors. The study tracked 25,000 seniors for 8 years and found that those who sought prompt medical attention for new symptoms had dramatically better outcomes than those who waited. Early-stage heart disease, caught within the first month of symptoms, has a 95% 5-year survival rate and often requires only lifestyle changes to reverse completely. The same condition, ignored for 18 months while dismissing chest discomfort as normal aging, drops to a 23% survival rate and requires invasive surgery with significant complications. Similarly, new memory problems, addressed immediately, often represent completely reversible conditions, like vitamin deficiencies, medication interactions, or treatable depression, while the same symptoms ignored for months may indicate irreversible dementia progression that could have been slowed or stopped with early intervention. The research revealed that your body after age 60 is actually more resilient and responsive to treatment than at any other life stage, provided problems are caught early. Your immune system, cardiovascular health, and even cognitive function can improve dramatically with proper care, but only if you don't wait for conditions to progress to advanced stages. The study found that seniors who practiced the 2-week rule for new symptoms had 73% fewer emergency hospitalizations, 45% lower healthcare costs, and lived an average of 6.8 years longer than those who dismissed symptoms as normal aging. Barbara from Florida ignored persistent fatigue for 8 months, assuming it was normal for a 73-year-old woman who had always been active. When her daughter finally convinced her to see a doctor, blood tests revealed severe anemia caused by internal bleeding that had been slowly draining her strength and could have killed her within months. Simple treatment with iron supplements and dietary changes restored her energy levels completely, and she returned to hiking and gardening with more vigor than she'd had in years. Apply the 2-week rule, starting immediately, and treat it as a non-negotiable health protocol. Any new symptom that persists for 2 weeks gets professional medical evaluation, regardless of your age or assumptions about normal aging. This includes changes in energy levels, new pain patterns, altered sleep habits, memory concerns, balance problems, changes in appetite, unexplained weight loss or gain, or any symptom that feels different from your usual baseline. Write down new symptoms with dates in a simple notebook so you can track their duration accurately and provide detailed information to your healthcare provider. Implement the 2-week rule immediately because early intervention saves lives and preserves the quality of your remaining years. Deadly habit 3. Eating the same limited foods every week. Have you fallen into eating the same 10-15 foods repeatedly because it's easier, familiar, and requires less planning and shopping? This dietary monotony creates dangerous nutritional deficiencies that accelerate aging and dramatically increase your risk of chronic diseases in ways that most seniors never connect to their limited food choices. Harvard School of Public Health's landmark nutrition study, which followed 78,000 seniors for 20 years, found that those who ate fewer than 20 different foods regularly had 12 years shorter life expectancy than those who consumed 35 or more different foods weekly. Dr. Walter Willett, the study's principal investigator, discovered that dietary variety is more predictive of longevity than total calorie intake, exercise habits, or even genetic factors. The research revealed that your body needs over 40 different nutrients to function optimally, and no single food provides all of them in adequate amounts. When you limit yourself to familiar foods, you create invisible nutritional gaps that weaken your immune system, accelerate muscle loss, impair cognitive function, and increase inflammation throughout your body. The study found that seniors eating limited diets had 67% higher rates of heart disease, 45% more cases of diabetes, 89% increased risk of developing dementia, and were 234% more likely to suffer falls and fractures compared to those with varied diets. Most concerning, the research showed that dietary monotony creates a vicious cycle of declining health. As you eat fewer nutrients, your energy decreases, making you less likely to shop for new foods or prepare varied meals. Your taste buds become less sensitive, making previously enjoyed foods seem bland and unappetizing. Your digestive system becomes less efficient at processing different foods, leading to discomfort when you do try new items. This cycle accelerates until you're surviving on a handful of processed, convenient foods that provide calories, but virtually no life-sustaining nutrients. Eugene from Texas realized he was eating the same 12 foods every week: chicken, potatoes, green beans, white bread, milk, eggs, bananas, oatmeal, processed cheese, ground beef, white rice, and canned carrots. His doctor explained that this limited diet was causing the chronic fatigue, frequent infections, and mental fog he'd been experiencing for 2 years. By gradually adding one new healthy food each week, Eugene expanded to 35 regular foods within 6 months and felt more energetic, mentally sharp, and physically strong than he had in decades. Add one new healthy food to your weekly shopping list every month, focusing on colorful fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, nuts, seeds, and healthy fats you haven't tried recently or have avoided for no specific reason. Start with foods that are easy to prepare and similar to ones you already enjoy, gradually expanding your comfort zone. If you like apples, try pears, berries, or stone fruits. If you eat chicken, experiment with fish, turkey, or plant-based proteins. Keep a simple list of foods you eat regularly and challenge yourself to reach 25 different foods within 3 months, then 35 foods within 6 months. Diversify your diet this week because nutritional variety is longevity insurance that pays dividends in energy, health, and additional years of independent living. Deadly habit 4. Gradually withdrawing from social activities and relationships. Are you slowly declining social invitations and avoiding group activities because they feel like too much effort, too complicated, or emotionally overwhelming? This gradual social withdrawal is one of the most lethal habits seniors develop, yet it feels so natural and reasonable that most people don't recognize it happening until they're completely isolated. The University of Michigan's longitudinal study on social isolation, which tracked 35,000 adults over 65 for 12 years, found that social withdrawal increases death risk by 45% and accelerates cognitive decline faster than any other single factor, including smoking, obesity, or lack of exercise. Dr. Louise Hawkley, who directed the research, discovered that social isolation triggers the same biological stress response as physical pain, flooding your body with inflammatory chemicals that attack your heart, brain, and immune system. The study revealed that your brain interprets social isolation as a survival threat, activating ancient fight-or-flight mechanisms that were designed for short-term emergencies but become toxic when sustained over months or years. Socially isolated seniors have cortisol levels 23% higher than socially connected peers, leading to chronic inflammation that directly causes heart disease, stroke, dementia, and compromised immune function. This chronic stress response also disrupts sleep, reduces appetite for healthy foods, and eliminates motivation for physical activity, creating a cascade of health problems that accelerate aging and increase mortality risk. Most concerning, the research showed that social withdrawal creates a vicious psychological cycle that becomes harder to break over time. Isolation makes you more sensitive to social rejection and criticism, causing you to withdraw further to protect yourself from perceived judgment. Your social skills deteriorate from lack of practice, making interactions feel more awkward and stressful. You lose touch with current events and cultural references, feeling increasingly out of place in social situations. This cycle accelerates until leaving your home feels overwhelming and interacting with others requires enormous emotional energy you don't possess. Diane from Ohio gradually stopped attending her weekly book club, declined dinner invitations from neighbors, and avoided family gatherings because socializing felt emotionally exhausting after her husband passed away. Within 2 years, she rarely left her house except for essential errands and was experiencing memory problems, depression, and anxiety attacks when forced to interact with others. When her daughter insisted she join a weekly bridge game at the senior center, Diane's mood improved dramatically within 1 month. Her cognitive function returned to normal levels, and she rediscovered joy in conversations and friendships she thought she'd lost forever. Commit to 1 social activity per week, no matter how small or simple, and treat it as seriously as you would a medical appointment that could save your life, because that's exactly what it is. This could be a scheduled phone call with an old friend, coffee with a neighbor, attending religious services, joining a hobby group, volunteering for a cause you care about, or participating in community activities designed for seniors. The key is regular, predictable social contact with people who know your name, expect to see you, and would notice if you didn't show up. Schedule 1 social commitment this week because your mental health, cognitive function, and survival depend on human connection more than any other single factor. Deadly habit. 5. Skipping or delaying annual health checkups and preventive care. Do you postpone or skip medical appointments because you feel fine and don't want to bother anyone, worry about the cost, or assume that no news is good news regarding your health? This seemingly considerate or financially prudent habit is actually one of the most dangerous decisions you can make after age 60, equivalent to playing Russian roulette with your remaining years. The American Geriatric Society's comprehensive analysis of preventive care data found that seniors who skip or delay routine medical appointments have 89% higher rates of emergency hospitalizations, 156% more complications from treatable conditions, and 56% increased risk of dying from preventable causes. Dr. Michael Roizen, who led the study, discovered that regular preventive care is so powerful that it can add an average of 7.2 years to life expectancy, even when started late in life. The research revealed that your body changes rapidly after age 60, with critical health markers shifting significantly every 6 to 12 months in ways that can't be detected without professional testing. Blood pressure, cholesterol levels, blood sugar, kidney function, liver enzymes and cancer markers can all deteriorate quickly without any symptoms, turning manageable conditions into life-threatening emergencies. The study found that seniors who maintained regular checkups caught serious problems, an average of 2.3 years earlier than those who waited for symptoms, leading to dramatically better treatment outcomes, lower healthcare costs, and significantly higher survival rates. Most importantly, the research showed that preventive care becomes more critical, not less important, as you age. Your body's ability to compensate for declining organ function diminishes over time, making early detection and intervention essential for maintaining independence and quality of life. Conditions that are easily managed when caught early can become irreversible or fatal when discovered late, yet seniors consistently receive less preventive care than younger adults, despite having the most to gain from regular monitoring. Walter from Nevada felt perfectly healthy and postponed his annual physical for 2 years because he thought he was wasting his doctor's time and money on unnecessary tests. When he finally went for his delayed checkup, routine tests revealed early-stage heart disease that had been silently progressing and could have caused a fatal heart attack within months. Early detection allowed for simple lifestyle changes and preventive measures that completely reversed his condition and added decades to his expected lifespan. Schedule all overdue medical appointments within the next 30 days and set automatic annual reminders for all preventive care, including comprehensive physical exams, cancer screenings appropriate for your age and gender, eye exams, dental checkups, hearing tests, and any specialist visits your doctor recommends based on your health history. Create a simple calendar system that alerts you 60 days before each appointment is due, giving you adequate time to schedule without rushing or missing important deadlines. Treat preventive care as your most important insurance policy, because catching problems early is always easier, less expensive, and more effective than treating them after symptoms appear and permanent damage has occurred. Book your overdue medical appointments today, because prevention is always easier than treatment, and your future self will thank you for the years of healthy, independent living you're preserving. These 5 deadly habits are silently affecting millions of Americans over 60 right now, stealing years from lives and robbing families of time with their loved ones. But here's the empowering truth. Every single habit is completely reversible at any age. Thomas proved that at 72, and thousands of others have transformed their health trajectories by addressing these habits systematically, one by one, with patience and determination. Whether you're dealing with one habit or all 5, the changes you make this week can literally add decades of healthy, independent living to your future. The science is overwhelmingly clear that it's never too late to choose longevity over convenience, health over habit, and action over acceptance of decline. Which of these 5 deadly habits hit closest to home for you? Share your biggest challenge in the comments, because your honesty and experience might inspire another senior to make life-saving changes that could add years to their life. If this video could help someone you care about live longer and healthier, please share it with them right now, because every senior deserves to know these life-extending secrets that could transform their remaining years. Your share might be the difference between someone's early death and their chance to see grandchildren grow up and create decades more precious memories.